On September 11th, 2025, Bethan Hardison, activist, asked Yara Shahidi, activist, in a Forbes interview on how she felt about her world right now. Yara answered honestly by saying she is terrified and would like a plan to fix it. I empathize and that no one should live in fear. In my opinion, this sounds like a plea for help. I want to help, but how? When Yara Shahidi was younger, she did an equality speech on October 19, 2018 at the GLSEN Respect Awards. I argue this speech is the hypothesis to fix her world and to reduce her fear. In April 2024, I published my book on Amazon based on this hypothesis, showing that prevention will lead to equity and that equity will lead to equality. This hypothesis will fix the political, economic, and social problems in her world and our world. This non-profit channel and non-edited channel is a letter to Yara Shahidi in teaching Yara's hypothesis to the public in order to better our world. In the end, Yara Shahidi will get the Nobel Peace Prize for her hypothesis. Dear Yara Shahidi, Chapter 1, why am I writing this book or paper from 2019? Now, what made me start to write a paper like this was my niece. My niece and I had a 2-hour conversation about equality for all on July 31st, 2019. My niece sees a pessimistic future for her and her generation, and where equality for all will never happen. On the other hand, I see an optimistic future in which I see equality is within reach today. She doesn't believe me because of my age. She thinks I'm an old fuddy-duddy whose opinions do not reflect what is happening to her. In order to help her see what I see with my optimistic argument, I sought to outsmart her by trying to find someone her own age fighting for equality. I found Yara Shahidi, who is an actress and activist. Yara is showing my niece that someone her exact age is fighting hard for reality and where equality for all is real. When I wrote this, she was 19, so 2019. This gives my niece comfort about her future, but I showed my niece that even Yara is doing good work. Her approach toward equality can be improved upon. She doesn't believe me, once again, because of my age. She sides with Yara in believing she's doing the right thing in winning the perspective for equality. For my niece, she believes that Yara Shahidi's speech at the GLSEN Respect Awards was perfect in establishing a world where equality for all can exist. My niece believes it is better that my niece believes, not edited. My niece believes it is better than Dr. King's speech, I Have a Dream. My niece likes the speech so much because she believes that every individual needs to be represented and learned about in a safe space, like in school, as Yara suggests, as mentioned before. My niece really liked the individuals Yara said in her speech, like ethnicity, gender identities, sexuality, ability, religion, etc. My niece had never heard of so many individuals like this before. It made her really appreciate how many different individuals the human race has, and that all of them need to be represented in school and in the world. My niece sees that if everyone starts out the same, like Yara suggests, with individual equity, then a population of people can finish the same with equality. This is one of the reasons why Yara Shahidi is so important to my niece, because she sees her as the next Dr. King. To rectify our disagreement over Yara Shahidi's approach to equality for all, my niece and I established a bet. With the help of my mother, we established the rules for the bet. In order for me to win the bet, I have to create a paper that is better than Yara Shahidi's equality speech at the GLSEN Respect Awards. Since equality is a broad subject area that incorporates a lot of topics within the social, political, and economic spectrums, then I have to find evidence showing incredible. Sorry, let me start over. Since equality is a broad subject area that incorporates lots of topics within the social, political, and economic spectrums, then I had to find evidence showing with credible resources that Yara's approach toward equality for all can be improved upon. These approaches will be based on the model, as I mentioned before, with prevention, equity, and equality. Since my niece likes Yara Shahidi's approach toward equality, then Yara will be my niece's representative for the bet. We agreed that my mother would choose the winner. If I win, my niece cooks me a steak dinner, and if I lose, I have to wash her car for 6 months. Now that you, the listener, or when I was writing this, the reader for my book, understand what this paper is all about, I will now describe in detail how all the players from the previous paragraphs fit into the story. After all, I will describe how the beginning of equality for all can be achieved. Okay, yeah, let's begin. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ku, ju, konnichiwa, la lune, oui, oui, hola, buenos dias, adios, we all win together, de nada.